What's going on, everybody? Thank you in advance for watching this video. This is part 1 to what changed in my life since I joined the Navy. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the page and hit that notification bell so you won't miss part 2, so that you get the full experience. What's going on, everybody? It's Deckplatetone with another video. Thank you to all my viewers and my deck plate champions. Shout out to all you guys. This video is going to be really important for you if you're thinking about joining the Navy and you want to know what is going to change in your life. These examples from my life is what will likely happen to you. So watch this video the whole way through. And if it's valuable for you, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and then share with somebody so they can see the video if it's some value to you. One of my past live streams, somebody asked, what changed for you when you first joined the Navy? So this is what changed for me. Starting with number 1. This thing that changed for me since I joined the Navy is probably my most valuable trait that I have. It's my ability to solve problems. I'm talking about almost any situation that I'm in, I'm able to solve the problem. Anything that comes up, I'm able to solve it. And here's why. It's because of the military training that the Navy gives you. The more experience you get in Navy, you get this ability to solve complex issues and complex problems.
I want this problem fixed right now.
It's because of the experience that you build in the Navy, but then all the resources that we have. If you're in the Navy and if you just open your eyes and open your mind a little bit, you'll find out that sailors are pretty resourceful. Being in the Navy is pretty resourceful. So if you take that, couple it all together, then you'll find out that it's really easy to be able to solve problems because you got all these tools at your disposal. When I found that out, it became so easy just to solve about any problem. Sometimes worry comes, but you got the ability to solve the problem. Somewhere in you, everybody who cares, everybody who pays attention in the Navy, they have this complex ability to solve problems. So that's one major thing that really changed for me. For example, I was on deployment in 2020. We were out at sea for like just days upon days, you know, about 200 plus days. I think it was something like 269 days. I'll probably do a video about that in the future. Morale was dying. We haven't seen land. We haven't been on port visits, and we miss our families. We on deployment as it is. Anyway, this sucks. Me and a whole team of leaders on the ship, we had to find ways to make some kind of morale. We had to build it out of thin air. Here was the problem. We were going through a COVID environment. We don't know what's going on back home. We on deployment. So life sucks everywhere. But what we did was, you know, just grab ideas out of thin air. And we said, all right, the problem in the air is our morale is dying. Our mental capacity is just shrinking. And so what we did, we all got together as a group, myself and all the leaders, we figured out, you know, ways to make deployment go by faster. You know, we found out ways to, you know, make deployment more sustainable and stuff like that, so that we get through the deployment, so everybody stayed with the mission. Then we got home and life was good. I think with that deployment, man, that was probably one of my most successful years in the Navy. You know, just thinking outside the box and having the ability to solve problems out of nowhere. Before I joined the Navy, I used to be really materialistic.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine wreck, jet flying, son of a gun.
That stuff used to hold so much value to me. Nowadays, it really doesn't mean anything. I used to think that to have a house, you had to be really rich or really lucky and all this stuff. To get a nice car, you had to be really rich or really lucky. I didn't know anything about buying a car, like the terms and all this stuff. Since I've been in the Navy and I understand the value of different things, getting a house, not that hard. Getting a car is not that hard. Clothes, shoes, all that stuff, it's not that hard. And it's not that serious either. Right now I have a car, it gets from point A to point B, and it's already paid off. So I don't have to make another car payment. And honestly, if I was to ever buy another car, I would just buy it straight up. You know, I wouldn't want to keep on making car payments, because to me, a car, that's pretty much a loan until you pay it off. You know, I don't want to pay another loan. These are things that you can learn outside Navy, by the way. So I don't want anybody to think that just because I'm in the Navy, that's where you learn that stuff. You can learn that outside Navy, but the Navy, it has this environment where you learn all these things easily. So a house, a car, you know, shoes, clothes, all this stuff, it's not that big of a deal at the end of the day. And it's so easy to obtain because the money you get and all that stuff like that. When you've been in for as long as I have been, and you've seen some of the things, and you put different value on different things based on life experience, you'll see that it's not that serious. Before I joined the Navy, I'd never been out of the U.S. before. I honestly never really been out of New York like that. Only a couple times I went like down south. When I joined the Navy, man, I traveled to different places in the Pacific. I've been to Malaysia. I've been to Japan. I lived for Japan for 5 years. I had a nice house in the hills overlooking the town and stuff like that. Amazing scenery. I've been to different places like Korea, Indonesia, Australia. I never thought I would be in Australia. When I was in college, I never forget, I saw this poster of this Aboriginal model. I was like, what is the Aboriginal model? She had blonde hair, she had skin like me, and she had like green eyes. And I was just like, wow, this lady's amazing. I started reading the caption on it, and it said Aboriginal model, something like that, Australia. And I said, wait a second, people like this in Australia exist? I have to go to Australia. Then I joined the Navy. When I went on my first deployment, we went to Australia.
Hell yeah!
That was our first port visit. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna see the Aboriginal model. I just want to see what they look like. I saw several of them while I was out there, and I never seen such beauty like that before. And it just opened my mind that there's more to life than just, you know, being in the United States or being in New York, Brooklyn, or whatever. So that's something that changed for me when I joined the Navy. I traveled a lot of different places. You know what I mean? I'm still traveling. If you're still watching during this time, make sure that you like and subscribe to the page and join me and the rest of the Deck Plate Champion. Now let's get back to the video. This might sound a little cheesy. Since I joined the Navy, one thing that changed for me was my ability and my confidence to chase after my dreams and stuff like that.
Are you built for show? Or are you built for go?
Being in the Navy has built me up with this sense of confidence and this sense of esteem to be able to chase after my dreams. I had made this YouTube channel because I always wanted to make a YouTube channel, but you know, I didn't want to put myself out there. I was like, damn, you know, people might laugh at my ears or they might hate my voice or something like that. But I always wanted to do it. And then one day I said, you know what? It's a dream. Dream is a goal. Goal, dream, interchangeable. I just decided to chase after my dream, chase after my goal. And that's what I did. So I created the channel, and then, you know, people hated the videos. My confidence was not through the roof, but I kept on going. And then every time I make a video or something like that, whether it's good or whether it's bad, I just keep on going because I'm following my dream. Another thing I wanted to do, I always wanted to play the guitar. And once I joined the Navy, it was a cop-out, like, all right, you know what, I'm in the Navy, I'm too busy to play the guitar. So, because, you know, I got a little bit afraid every time challenges came up. When I seen somebody that was playing way better than me and stuff like that, you know, I would just shy away. But now I got like a practice routine that I kind of stick with. And, you know, I'm getting better and better and stuff like that. You know, I mean, you know, sometimes I make some of my music for my videos and stuff like that. And that's one thing that the Navy teaches a lot of people, I noticed. My last video, I talked about having like mentors, building goals and all that stuff. Those things help you follow your dreams. If you guys haven't seen my last video, check that one out. Another dream I had, I always wanted to buy a house. I didn't even know about the VA loans and stuff like that until I joined the Navy, and I was like maybe in my 6th year in the Navy. I was talking to one of my friends one day. He was telling how he wanted to buy another house. He was PCSing, or he was transferring, and he had a house in like California, and he wanted to buy a house in Virginia. And I'm thinking like, damn, this guy's loaded. He's like, no, I'm not rich by any means, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my VA loan and I'm gonna get another house.
What the hell is that all about?
I've never even heard of that before. He walked me through the process. I went to Fleet Family Support Center. Talked about that on my last video too. And I went to a home buying class, and it changed my life, man. Next thing you know, I bought my house. If you want a pretty good resource, I'm talking easy step-by-step to the VA loan, subscribe to Jimmy Versalino's YouTube channel. He makes it so easy. You gotta subscribe. I grew up in apartment complexes and projects and all this stuff, and I always wanted a home to call my own, something with a yard, something that I can water every day, and, you know, nothing that was concrete all around and stuff like that, you know, no shooting in the streets and all that stuff. And I got that, and when I did, I felt that sense of accomplishment because the dream that I set up, and I was finally able to accomplish that dream, that goal. When you join the Navy, it's a lot easier to do that stuff. Another thing that changed for me since I joined the Navy is my body and my level of fitness. When I first joined, I was 179 pounds soaking wet. When I was a kid, man, I thought DMX and Ja Rule, how they were when they was younger, they was skinny as hell. You know, they was like 140 pounds soaking wet. You know, 5'6", 140 pounds and stuff. I thought that was like giants and stuff like that. You know, and at the time I was still like $170, but to me, based on TV, I thought these guys were ripped. You know, of course they were ripped. They was only like 100 pounds. Some people might look at me like, oh, how much do you weigh now? Kind of float around 205 to about 210 pounds here and there. My highest weight was 218 pounds. My level of fitness has grown so much because of these reasons. In the Navy, we got PRT, which happens like every year. We got the physical readiness test that happens every year for everybody. And in the Navy or in the military in general, every time you're on base, there's a gym on base. The membership to the gym is free. It's already free. You're gonna be on base anyway. There's a lot of chance for you to get on the base and get to it.
Yo, homeboy, welcome to the hood, brother.
Another thing that kind of gets you is it's the military. A lot of people work out in the military, especially with TikTok and Instagram and all these people that being influencers and stuff, working out in the gym. When people see that, they're like, damn, I want to get on the move. The same happens in the military. We got all these people in the military, everybody's working out. It's easy to get influenced doing that. When I see all these people and they so jacked and stuff, it encourages me like, damn, you know what? I want to go to the gym today and do a little something. The more I work out, the more I diet, and the more I exercise and stuff, the more I notice my concept of fitness and body size and body mass, it has changed since I've been in the Navy. And it kind of helped me understand and stay somewhat in shape. Some people might be like, oh, okay, well, you're not that big or whatever. I'm 6'1", 205. So, you know, when I flex, I got a little something.
Michigan. And we are right down I-75 from that area, so...
That's something that changed for me since I joined the Navy. On the money side for me, one thing that definitely changed for me when I joined the Navy is the consistent money, is the secure money. My finances, they got in order. And here's why. All right, that's enough for now. Make sure that you subscribe to the page and come back for part 2. You don't want to miss it, so make sure you subscribe to the page and hit the post notifications as well. No further entries this page. Tony Tone, out.